so much fun, grinning from ear to ear. They are building something very cool here, very cool. Good morning everyone, we are here at Racing Unleashed in Zurich, and as you can see behind me there is a little bit of an event going on, and we are going to see for the very first time some of what Project Motor Racing has to offer. Very excited about this. I'll cover it in a little bit more detail after I've been in and had a look around, and I'll come back and tell you some more. But real potential, I think, for this to be an awesome game. The guys behind it obviously created the brilliant Project Cars and Project Cars 2. So they have pedigree in this game, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what they've done with this on the Giants engine as well, and I think we're going to be very surprised.
So, as mentioned in the intro, we were very kindly invited to the press launch of Project Motor Racing in Zurich earlier this month to get an initial hands-on look at Project Motor Racing, the new title coming from Straight4 Studios and published by Giants Software. Along with myself and DJ from the Farming Simulator side, there were also sim racing YouTubers there from the UK and Europe, as well as reps from all the major hardware brands, all getting the opportunity to test drive Project Motor Racing for the very first time. Now, some of you know my other big love is motor racing, and I have even started a second channel where you'll find some of my racing content. And I've got a full sim rig in the house, which is where you'll most likely find me when I'm not doing farm sim content. So, one of the highlights of the day for me was the opportunity to have a great chat with ex-F1 driver and British and Italian Grand Prix winner Johnny Herbert, who was an absolute gentleman and probably asked me more questions about Farming Simulator than I did about his racing career. After an initial overview of the game from Alex Martini, Straight4's head of PR and marketing, we had the reveal of the initial trailer, which you'll see at the end of this vid. Then it was time to give the game a spin for the very first time. We got the opportunity to drive 3 cars that will be in the game from the off: the Audi R8 LMP 900, the Lamborghini Huracan GT3, and a slightly older 1970s Lola T70, which was a real handful but incredibly fun to drive. We had access to 2 tracks, Lime Rock Park and the Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. At launch, we can expect to see 70 plus cars and 27 global track layouts, with no doubt more to follow. The focus of this event was to really focus on the physics that Straight4 have created. They've called it Hadron, and it's a brand new from the ground up physics engine, which I'll dive into in a bit more detail in future videos over on the Race Sim Guy channel. But put it this way, when Johnny Herbert tells you the Audi R8 LMP handles very much like the real thing, you know that's high praise indeed. I also got the opportunity to sit down with Kevin Ball, and Straight4's Chief Development Officer. Again, you'll hear that full interview in a separate video on this channel and over on the Race Sim Guy channel, but needless to say, you can feel the passion and desire to create a really great game from these guys. They're racing and gaming nerds at the heart of it, just like us, and it really shows in the game they're creating. They've also introduced the factory driver program, using real-life racing drivers and sim racers to accurately reflect the different handling across all the cars they are developing. For me, a much smarter way of developing the game than an open beta model that we see so often.
So, here we are in Project Motor Racing for the first time. It is really what's the word I'm looking for? Really sensitive. You can really feel every move. They've done a lot with the physics to make it as real to life as possible. And my racing experience is limited, but I've driven enough cars on track to know that this behaves like you expect it to. But yeah, first impressions after like 3 laps, this is really good. This is right up there. This is right up there with the big titles. This is obviously an alpha build, so very early on in the process. But I'm driving with no ABS, no traction control at the moment, and you can feel every movement in the car. It's fantastic. So good. They've turned a lot of stuff off for today as well. So weather is off, but they've got some very interesting weather models and things coming as well. So that is the feel you get, the light feel, and the finesse in the car on the track is just so good. It's so responsive. So much to do with the car I'm driving, the Audi, but this is right up there from what I'm feeling here. And I know this is an alpha build, but oh my goodness.
Now, I'm sure you're all keen to know when this is going to be released and if you can pre-order it. Well, Project Motor Racing is due to come out this autumn or fall for you guys in the US, but you are able to pre-order it as of today using my code FARMSIMGUY, just as you would use my code when buying game or DLCs for Farming Simulator from Giants. I've put a link in the description below if you are interested. Now, there's loads more to come on this, so be sure to hit the subscribe button if you want to know more. And I'll leave you now to enjoy the trailer. Thanks for watching.
They ask, why do you love this wild, crazy sport? Because life makes a lot more sense when you're out there chasing limits. On the edge, where racers like to play. The thing about messing with the limits, though, eventually you're going to come unstuck. And then they'll ask, now what? Now you go back out and you do it all over again. The highs and the lows, they don't matter. What matters is getting out there, competing, racing. Because it's not the failures that brand us, it's the wins that define us. In this sport, no one gets to buy legacy. We build it together, one lap at a time. Because legacy is not an orphan, it's all of us. It's this wild, beautiful community we call sim racing. Why do you love this wild, crazy sport? The answer is about competition, passion, compulsion. That's all you're going to get. Sorry.